He played Karagianis. His rating was higher, but from move 17, the king's side was mine. Took my chances fast. My rook was a knife, and my almighty queen, a beast on H6.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ladies' Night, the official podcast of U.S. Chess Women. I'm your host, Jennifer Shahade, and you are listening to the artist Huga of hugamusica.com. And that is a song that certainly captured my heart. Oh, Capablanca.
His bishop was small.
Thanks to everyone who supports the podcast with your shares and reviews and Apple Love. If you want to get more involved in all we do at US Chess to empower girls and women through chess, please consider a tax-deductible donation of any size to our US Chess Women program and reach out to me with any questions.
He has more experience, but I won't lose again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ladies' Night. As you know, Ukrainian chess players are legendary, and that includes women who won the 2008 Olympiad, who hail multiple world champions, from Maria Muzichuk, whose sister Anna is an even higher rated grandmaster, to Anna Ushanina, to the second women's world champion, Ukrainian-born Lyudmila Rudenko, who was also a war hero. Along the lines of that tradition, I am honored to bring you a special guest, recording her first ever English language interview, Anastasiya Rakhmangulova. She's a women's international master, a former Ukrainian women's champion. And if you heard that list of monsters, yes, that is quite a title to hold. I first learned about Nastia in 2020 when she joined the US Chess Isolated Queens tournament, which I co-hosted with Alexandra Botez at the beginning of the pandemic. Nastia played in joint second, ahead of many grandmasters. More recently, I've been glued to Nastia's Instagram stories. At first, I was anxiously following her 7-day ordeal in a bomb shelter, along with her mother, and then their journey out of Kiev to the Czech Republic. Since then, Nastia has been tirelessly fundraising and connecting those in need in Ukraine with those who are trying to help. She even recalled to me spending a 24-hour period on her phone doing this networking. On that note, thanks to everyone in the chess community who is helping to fundraise for Ukraine. The incredible response from streamers, led by Hikaru Nakamura, who raised over $125,000 to our own U.S. chess fundraiser with the Kasparov Chess Foundation to assist Ukrainian chess players. Nastia herself speaks so evocatively about her plight, giving it to me a more personal face and connecting us all to the atrocities we must speak out against. She wrote on her Instagram, "Every grief is a litmus paper that sheds indifference." It's an honor to have her to talk to me about her harrowing journey to escape war, how we can best help Ukrainians, and also some lighter subjects about her joy for chess and for reading and her future plans. Tell us now a little bit more about where you are. You're in the Czech Republic.
Currently I'm living in small city near to Ostrava. It's 300 kilometers from Prague. I can think that about my previous 2 weeks about my life. Yes, it was the most terrible period in my life. It's just it's impossible to describe with words. I think it's terrible. But with every new day, I think that you can get used to everything. You get used to missiles attack, to air raids, sirens, and stuff like that. You get used to living in the bomb shelter without any normal conditions. And it's absolutely terrible. And by the way, the rest of my family still in Ukraine. My father lives in Nikolaev, and it's very dangerous zone now. and he also lives in the bomb shelter. It's awful. It's awful. My brother with his family, with his wife and little child, they managed to escape from Nikolaev, and they now in Western Ukraine. It was relatively safe for the last 5 days, but now it's not safe also. I think that there is no places in Ukraine where you feel safe now. And yeah, I was with my mom in the bomb shelter. We've been living there for 1 week, and then we managed to leave the Kiev. It was terrible. The process of evacuation, it took 3 days. Normally it took 1 day, but now it's just crowded railway stations. I think that most of people can see their picture of Kharkov railway station. It's absolutely terrible, but it's the truth. I saw it with my own eyes, and it's terrible.
How did you decide to come to Czech Republic? As I know, a lot of people are going to different countries, to Poland.
I know that Poland has a lot of Ukrainian people now, has a lot of refugees, and maybe it can be some problems with getting Poland. But we came to Anton Korobov. So he played Czech Extra League, and he was able to go to Czechia and couldn't back to Ukraine because of war. So he stays here, and he wrote me that it's possible to come here.
So you had a specific person you were meeting in the Czech Republic.
Yes.
And the journey there took you 3 days. And I saw on your Instagram post, you said that you were at the train station itself for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And at what point did you realize the train was going to come?
I don't know, to be honest. I just believe that we will be able to do it. I had some confidence in that because, I just don't know. We were in a big line and are just outside in the platform, and the air raid siren started, and I was so scared about this sound, because when you hear the air raid siren near the bomb shelter, it's okay, because you have to go to you can hide in bomb shelter, and you can not hear this awful sound. But when you stay in the platform and there are a lot of people around you, and this siren sounds absolutely terrifying. And by the way, when we managed to take the train here to and going, I think that we did it in the afternoon, but in the evening, the Russian troops did a rocket attack to railway station in Kyiv.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So what happened then?
When I read it, I was, I don't know how to say it. But our defense, our army was able to
counter?
Yes. So the rocket came around the railway station, not directly, thanks to our army.
And when exactly was that?
It was in the evening, but we were able to get into train in the afternoon. So it was after 5 or 6 hours. I read this I read it in the news.
When you were on the train to Czech Republic?
Yeah.
I see. Did other people on the train read the same news?
Yes. I bought roaming to have possibility to read the news, to enter the internet. And by the way, we were going to Czech Republic by train. It was absolutely different from evacuation train in Ukraine, because in Ukraine it's about 16 or 13 up to 16 people in one compartment, and also people sit in any free space you can sit. And when we were going to Czechia, it was impossible. Okay, maybe to some European rules too. And we had 8 people in one coach. So I used my smartphone to give the internet to another people, so they were able to connection with their relatives or with their acquaintances who has to meet them in the station. So
because their phones were out of battery, or they didn't have them with them.
Yeah, they didn't have a roaming. They didn't have this cell. So
okay, yeah. And you brought with you your cell phone and just a backpack with what did you bring when you left Ukraine?
In my backpack, I had only my broken laptop, the provision of cans to 2 days for 2 days, and one jeans and one jumper. So yeah, I had almost nothing. It was impossible to take something, even in my favorite or expensive ones, because when we woke up with mother at 5 a.m. for the first time, I couldn't realize what's going on, because it was early morning and oh my God, what's going on? Then I realized, I decided, okay, we have 20 or half an hour minutes to pack our clothes. I read some article about how to pack your backpack with the essentials. So yeah, and we dislocated to another apartment where was a reliable bomb shelter, because in the apartment where we lived with my mother, it wasn't any bomb shelter. So yeah, thanks God we had 2 possible options. So.
And what is the apartment? Do you know what happened to your apartment?
Yes, it was the apartment of my relative, close people, close person.
And the apartment that you lived with your mother, is it still intact?
I saw. I read the news the day before yesterday, and their building was attacked by Russian troops, and it's located 700 meters from our apartment, from our house. So I don't know exactly. We have still our apartments or not. It's just impossible to know for now. So
you stayed in the bomb shelter for like 5 nights, is that right? Before you decided, okay, we have to go?
Yeah, I think 6 nights and 7 days for 1 week. Yeah, it was not difficult for me to make a decision, by the way. I don't know. When you are in extreme situation, you just know that you have to do something and just don't think anything else. So it wasn't difficult for me, but it was difficult for my mom. She's nervous a lot, of course, about that situation, and more than me, I think. So I see intelligence, or still nervous. I don't know how to say it right in English.
You had like an extra sense that you had to leave. You had to leave, yeah. When you were in the bomb shelter, were you able to sleep at all? It sounds like it would be impossible to sleep because you had internet, so you could follow all the news. It must have been so incredibly stressful and difficult to sleep.
Yeah. It was almost impossible to sleep normally, or it just wasn't. I had a lot of bruises on my body. after this week in the bomb shelter, but I understood that I have to endure. I had the belief that this horror will end. It helped me to cope with all of these horrors. I don't know. I still believe in bright future. I still believe in the victory of Ukraine, and we are all can back to our houses, we are all can sleep in our beds. So it's just a dream.
But that belief really helps you to sustain, because I imagine any hour of sleep that you got helped you fortify for the journey ahead, right?
Yeah.
And then you were also online a lot, of course, communicating, reading the news. So you always obviously had electricity, so you were able to keep charging your phone and following everything. But mentally, that must have been incredibly difficult to follow the news and feel so that you were also under attack at the same time.
Yes. It seems impossible, and of course it is impossible. But when I said before, with every new day, you get used to this stuff. You're just, okay, air raid siren. Okay. we had to go to bomb shelter because in the bomb shelter, of course, we had no cell. So we had to upstairs to go to the fresh air for some time. So I was able to read some news, to read some messages from people all around the globe. I still continue to send through all of people from. I received these messages of support, and I really need that because when you had nothing and you just can take some of support, some of people warm. So it really helps. It really helped me personally. So I don't know. I received a lot of messages, even from people who I don't know. They offered me the shelter all around the globe, not even in Europe. So it's also impossible to describe with words the amount of my gratitude to all of these people.
Who are your favorite chess players?
Now it's Magnus Carlsen. What's about former world champion? Maybe Kasparov. Karpov was my favorite, but now.
Yeah, it's hard because he's a supporter of Russia. He can't be your favorite anymore. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I of course he is a very strong chess player. But it also has a moral part. You have to be a good person, first of all.
I agree with you. That's difficult to do. What among women players? Because Ukrainian women are obviously some of the best chess players in the world. You have won the Olympiad in 2008. You have the Muzichuk sisters. You have Anna Ushanina. Sorry, I mispronounced her name. Ushanina?
Ushanina, yeah.
And so you have Anna Ushanina, who's a former world champion. You have Grandmaster Zhukova, who I understand is involved in politics now and is defending Odessa. I mean, the fact that you won the Ukrainian Women's Championship, like that is a title. That's a title to win. I mean, I saw that in your bio and I was like, wow. And then I looked at the tournament that you won in 2015. You won that title and like you were not one of the highest rated players. I think you were actually one of the lowest rated.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a tremendous achievement.
Yes. But I believe in myself. Maybe it helped me.
How do you win a tournament like the Ukrainian Women's Championship? And like, what are your chess goals?
To tell the truth, before this tournament, I gave up chess for the first time of my life. I think it took 1 year for sure, maybe more. But when I decided to come back to chess, I don't know, maybe I had some power. Maybe I missed chess so much. So I was able to raise 80 points of elo. And it was possible to play in Ukrainian Women Championship because I didn't play a semi-final that time because I was studying in university, and I decided that I came back in chess after I graduate my university. So I had a call from Ukrainian Chess Federation before for 3 months of starting this championship. So I had a limited time, a really limited time. I had, or not 3 months, 1 month. So yes, I worked a lot, a really lot, because I agreed with this proposition. And I really worked a lot, and maybe it was the reason which I was able to win this championship, because maybe I was sure that this work should pay me off.
What is your favorite thing to study in chess? What do you enjoy working on? Your openings, your end games, your middle games?
I like middle game. I also I like the every part of chess game, and also, of course, now I work a lot before the war started. Now I try to back to my previous trainings, my previous chess trainings, because I still have some ambitions in chess, and I think that I can do more for my chess level. So I had 2 successful tournaments in January and in February. I played in Italy and in France, and I raised 50 points of elo with these 2 tournaments. So yeah, I had a lot of plans about my chess trainings, and it was interrupted, but now I realized, I need to leave, I need to do something that's important for me. So yes, of course, it's difficult. First week of evacuation, when I managed to reach the Czechia, I couldn't eat normally. I couldn't smile or something like that, because I feel not depression. I think that it's very banal depression. I think that I feel desperation, and I just I still have nightmares. I still have the same dreams every night about war and evacuation, and now I just know that it takes time, but I need to continue my life. So yes, I try to continue my trainings and my chess trainings. So I think that I will have some titles in the future also.
I think so too. What are you doing for work? Because I know you're a streamer, right? Like, you are a chess.com streamer, and I saw you streaming for Isolated Queens. Are you doing chess coaching, streaming, or do you have like another plan? Obviously, there's a lot of uncertainty now, but just curious, like, what are your career ambitions in addition to becoming even better at chess than you are now?
I was streaming in 2020 because of COVID pandemic, and we didn't have OTB tournaments, so it was like an option to do something connecting with chess. So after 2020, I don't stream for now. So what about coaching? I had some students. I decided to limit the amount of students, because I need to focus on my self-preparation if I need to achieve something great in chess. So yes, I limited the amount of chess students, but I had some talented, really talented children. So yes, also, by the way, now I provide a free chess lessons for children who stays currently in Ukraine to distract them from all of this horrible in Ukraine now. And yes, now I focus on my chess preparation. I work with literature more. I like reading books a lot, and the chess books are not exception. I prefer classical heritage. I really like to watch classical end games to learn something from that.
You left your chess library, I'm sure, in Kiev, so that must be difficult. What are your favorite books?
Now, by the way, I'm reading the chess books which are named The Strategy of Victory, also Gelfer.
What other books do you like? Inside chess and outside chess?
Outside chess, I prefer every book. I love reading any books, but maybe more I prefer historical and biographic ones. I think that it's my favorite, but it doesn't matter for me what to read. I just like the process. I like to find out something new, something useful for me.
You like to be reading. No, it's not about what you're reading. You like to be reading because it's very absorbing, right? Much like chess.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the Gelfer book. Are there any other chess books that you like?
I also like their books of Botvinnik, Kasparov, Karpov, some classical heritage of former world champions. It's very useful and it's very interesting to know more, to follow their thinking process. It's really useful, I think, for me.
Absolutely. What you said earlier about giving lessons to children in Ukraine is so beautiful. I mean, it's just amazing what you've been doing lately. I can't read all the posts because, of course, a lot of the posts are in Russian and Ukrainian on your Instagram, but I see that you're constantly posting about how to connect people who need money, who need resources. And for people in the United States or other places in the world, what is your top advice for them to make sure that their support of Ukraine is effective?
I decided to open this fundraising, if I call it like that. When I was in Kiev, when I lived in bomb shelter, I received a lot of messages with financial support also, and I refused from anything because when you live in bomb shelter, you just don't think anything. You just think about how to evacuate, how to forget all this horror. So I just refused from any kind of help. And when I reached Czechia, and it took maybe 2 days for me, just realized, okay, Nastia, now you are in safety, you are in safe place. So, okay, you can use your connections to help another people. So, yes, I realized it, and I decided to write these messages to open this fundraising. And for now, I got maybe around 2,000 euros. Okay, maybe it's not a big amount, but it really helps people. And I helped a lot of people for now. And I hope that I can continue it and I can continue to help more and more people.
Of course, you're helping the children as well, which is really moving,
Yes. Also, I shared all of these stories to connect people with each other. And by the way, today I shared the story about helping out people in Kiev in some district, and I received their answer in 5 minutes, and we connected each other. So, okay, it's also without financial, but it's helping. So yeah, I tried to do a lot. I tried to do everything is in my power. I just don't know how to say it correctly. But yes, I think that we are all who have such possibilities to help other people who are in need. I think that we should be doing stuff like that. By the way, I also want to open the fundraising, something like €1 saves lives. So I think that I can use this GoFundMe service. For that, I just have a plan because, every day I received some money, but it ends very quickly because there are a lot of volunteers, a lot of people who need money, so there is no money. I have some thoughts every day how to help more and more. So
yeah, I can see that. You're thinking constantly and working constantly and getting messages constantly. I really admire both your bravery and your commitment to continually helping, like from the moment you escaped, it seems, until it's been, a week or two now? I mean, and by the time people are listening to this, a few weeks, you seem just totally tireless, and it's commendable and beautiful to see. I think a lot of us are seeing that in the Ukrainian spirit from so many people, right? That we're just seeing that you are a country of very hardworking and dedicated people with such a big heart. It's really beautiful. Are you able to relax or think about chess at all? Like in this time, can you think about chess at all? Is it an escape to play a few bullet games, or is it just like completely not in your head right now?
Now I have some plan to play chess in the future, but it's some unpredictable future for now, even chess future. I don't know. But yes, as I said before, I try to renew my chess trainings. So for the first 2 days when I started this coordination, financial help to volunteers, it was very difficult for me because it took almost 24 hours, just 24 hours with my smartphone, just, okay, I need to do that. So it was difficult, but then after 2 or 3 days, I get used to that. So it for now, it's a little bit easier for me, but I try to find 2 or 3 hours per day to train, to work out my chess skills. So yes, I provide chess lessons for children. I do it when I have free time and when I have moral forces for that, because it also takes some mental investment, mental forces.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're able to have that time because you can, in chess, it's not exactly relaxing, but it's very absorbing. So you're able to just like think about something else for an hour, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is a gift and able to renew you with all of your important work.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm so grateful that you were able to talk to me so that I could get a greater understanding of everything. And it strikes me that you were in France just a few days before all this happened. I mean, do you ever think about a parallel universe where you were still in France? Then your mother would have been in Kiev alone, right?
Yes. By the way, when I was in France 2 days here before the war started, and of course we are all bothered about this situation because a lot of Russian troops were near to our borders, so the attack can happen in any time. And when I back and I had my last flight because I had 2 flights when I backed from France, and it was from Warsaw to Kiev, and it was delayed for 2 hours, and I was so afraid that I wasn't able to back home. I was nervous a lot about that because yes, my mom can stay alone in Kiev, and I don't know what would I do if I have such situation. But okay, thanks God, I was able to back in Kiev, and okay, we were boss, and we were able to think together. We were together, and it's very, very important when you had some such horror situations, such horror events in your life. It's very important to be with someone else.
Yeah, you needed each other.
Yeah.
Did she play chess? Who was the one who taught you chess?
She also plays chess. She's a chess coach. She has, 30 years experience. Yes, and she was my first coach.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
When did she teach you?
When I was 4, I took my first chess tournaments, and I was able to took my first chess category.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see. We don't really have that in the United States in the same way. I know that in a lot of countries, it's very important. So it's like basically you move up one level, like on a ladder.
Yeah. Yes. So, and then when I was 5, I took another category, and then another. And when I was 8, I won my first Ukrainian chess championship under 10. And then my parents decided, okay, maybe she will play chess.
And then they started to train you more and invest more.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a tough country to be really successful in chess because the women's team is so strong. But you were able to do it, so you played in the World Youth Championships, and you probably also helped you that there were so many strong Ukrainian women around, right? Are you friends with many women on the team?
Yes, I think that it's very difficult to join the national team. It's very, very difficult for sure. And I'm completely sure that I missed a lot of time. But I think that it's possible to reach it in some time.
Well, you're definitely going to have a lot of people rooting for you when you're back playing in the Olympiad. I can see you there with the blue and yellow, definitely representing the team. So Anastasiya Rakhmangulova has been amazing. She is an incredible human being. I think you can tell from this interview, so passionate and brave. A big thank you for all you're doing to kind of not only help, but also to shine a light for the rest of the world as to what's really happening. Because when you know one person and you see what they're going through, it can help you understand everyone and what they're going through.
Thank you a million times. I'm grateful to you. I was happy to be with you right now.
If you like what we're doing at US Chess to encourage women and girls to explore STEM fields, accentuate confidence, and approach an even ratio with a focus on intersectionality, your donation to our US Chess Women programs is always appreciated and tax deductible. The US Chess suite of podcasts, including Ladies Night, are produced and edited by Jason Andre at 7 Season Films, Photography and Media. Please visit 7seasonfilms.com to find out how to start your own podcast. Don't forget to listen and subscribe to all US Chess podcasts from One Move at a Time, Cover Stories, and the Chess Underground. Till next time, may every night be Ladies' Night.
Now according to Stockfish, I got it all wrong. After slightly advantage, I had nothing but my dear Capablanca. You tell me